Hello, happy homesteaders. It's a beautiful day today. Let's go dig some taters. So here we have my potato bed. Now, I only planted 5 seed potatoes in here. This is Yukon Gold. I've waited until all the greenery has died back, and I've given it a couple days. We haven't had any rain. So while it's dry, I'm going to get on this and pull these out of here. Also, there's some ants, but I just don't want any rotting going on. And so let's see. There's already some at the... Can you see that? Hold on. I've already got some. They're sitting right there at the surface. So hopefully I won't have to do a whole lot of digging. So, all right. Here goes. Let's go ahead and pull this up out. All right. So far, so good. Some good size here. Let's see. Oh, those are nice size. Those are Bakers. Don't want to use a trowel or anything because I don't want to risk bruising or damaging any of the tubers. Oh, there's another one right there. These are nice. Good size. Let's see. And they're all on the surface, which is great. There's another. Disturbing some earthworms in here, which means it's a very good sign when you've got earthworms. All right, let me put these in the basket so I can really get in here. All right, let's move some of this straw. Let's just get the straw out of the way. Uh-oh, guys, I'm encountering ants. I may have to stop the video and handle that little problem. Constantly with the ants. Let's move my beans out of the way. Story time. For any of you who love to fish, I grew up fishing. I grew up in a small town that has a lake that's close to the northern lakes, and we also happen to have a river that runs through our town. Well, I spent my summers as a kid fishing. One year I came home, and this is to my grandparents' house, because this was, ew, what is that? Oh, it's a big earthworm. There's worms all in here, people. I happened to go to my grandparents' garden. I would come home and I'd immediately say hi to everyone, and then I would go out to this garden because my grandparents had a beautiful garden. And I would always hit up the mulberry tree, immediately pick like a huge bowl of mulberries and eat those fresh, or cook some up for jam. But my grandparents had expanded their garden to include some potatoes. So I went out there and I kind of scraped around in the earth a little bit, and I uncovered a whole bunch of red wigglers. And I told my grandparents, I told my grandfather to come out here and see, and my grandmother was amazed by that. And she was telling the family while we were sitting around, she said, do you know this baby was outside and she discovered that those red worms loved potatoes? So now it does not surprise me that there are a ton of earthworms in this bed, because it has potatoes in it. And specifically, I've noticed that it happens to be like white potatoes as opposed to, say, sweet potatoes. So anyway, I thought I'd just share that story. So if you love to fish, just plant you a nice bed with a lot of white potatoes in there, and you'll get enough worms to fish. All right, let's change places. Looks like I got a little hole. Something got to this one. Let's see. Now, I had two plants didn't make it. So there were two over here. So I don't know what I'm gonna find. Let's see if they even produced anything. It's a couple of little tiny little potatoes. Okay, I think that was I think that was it. Looks like it only produced itsy bitsies. Alright, let's continue on. Looks like that's the seed. So there you have it, people. That is our white potato harvest from spring. So I planted 5 Yukon Gold seed potatoes, and I got about 25 potatoes. I took out a couple because they were obviously rotted. It's just a couple small ones, but we've got some pretty substantial potatoes here. Look at that. Oh, it's lovely. We love baked potatoes. It's a little hot for baked potatoes, but you know what? These ought to keep. Might have to put them in the pantry, but it's Georgia, so you know these may start sprouting pretty soon. We may not make it to winter, but that's okay, because again, these were from potatoes that I had left over from last year. So I'm probably going to save a couple, or I may buy some from the store, but this isn't a big yield, but there's 2 of us, so yeah, we're not going to be sharing, but if we don't get to these, because we don't eat a lot of white potatoes, I'll just can them and then maybe have a couple, you know, for fresh eating. But, you know, once you put them in a can, they can last for a couple years, or, I mean, almost indefinitely if they're canned right. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. I love harvesting potatoes. It is one of my most favorite things to do, which is probably the reason why videos like this are so popular. So please hit the like and subscribe for more videos on how we're growing our homestead and fun videos like this, harvesting potatoes, and for any tips and sustainability lifestyle. Be well, be blessed, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.